Hey everybody, what's going on? Another day, Warlock Views. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I'd like to have a conversation about this down in the comment section. You know what it's going to be. So why don't we just get right to it? Okay, I'm back. I want to start off this video by basically something that I covered in my last video. I'll leave a link in the description box, or I'll leave a tab right up here at the end of the video that you can take a look at that. But the one thing that I want to say is that I think Florida finally got it right. They closed the beaches. So those millennials and other people cannot go out there and continue to spread the virus and take it home to their loved ones. I will also be showing you the updated, the stats that I took around about 1:30 this morning before I went to bed. Well, laid down. I didn't go to bed till like 4. And I'll show you the updated numbers for as of probably by the time I edit this and everything, it'll be about 2 hours old, which, you know, the numbers are going to go up. The state of California, it was just a couple of cities, several cities in California that was on lockdown. Now it's the whole basically the whole state, which is a good thing. Our numbers here in the United States are going to continue to rise, and I basically foresee that for the next week, maybe 2 weeks. As long as all the testing is going on, it's going to rise. It's going to rise, unfortunately, and the death toll is going to rise as well. I can't say this enough, and I can't urge people to do this enough. Please, please adhere to the guidelines. Stay inside if you don't have to go out. And when I say have to go out, I don't mean going out and walking your dog, or just going out just because you have a car, or if you are low on water, or you know, it's certain things that we can go outside for that we absolutely need. It's a necessity. It's not a want. Don't go out to the store just to get yourself a candy bar or something of that nature. Please try to keep your distance from people. Try to stay inside until this blows over to some degree. I can't stress that enough, because everybody has to not be selfish at this particular point in time. There was a couple of things that I wanted to touch on, and you know what? It's funny. All of this, and people are still, I mean, granted, I know people have to work. You know, I know certain people have to work, and certain jobs haven't closed down yet. And I just wanted to show y'all something real quick. It's like right now we need to be, well, let me just put it to you this way. Look at this. Right there. That's I think that's a cable guy, if I'm not mistaken. He's out here doing what he has to do and all of that. And I can't fault that man. He has to make his living. But if your job is shut down, that means they felt as though it was a health risk, and mine's shut down, as I said. But please, just take care of each other. Nonetheless, on to the thing that I wanted to touch on. Here are some of the, well, here are the stats as of right now, and I'm going to show you several different stats. And the first stat that I want to show you is the updated numbers for the the United States and the entire world, basically. These stats they're nowhere near where they're going to be once the testing is ramped up even more. And secondly, the stats broken down. Basically, this isn't everywhere in the world. This is just a few of the highlighted countries and the death tolls and how many people have actually recovered from certain things and all of that. So take a look at these and just realize we haven't even hit the peak of this viral pandemic, as they call it, pandemic. So usually I'm not at a loss for words, but I'm looking down the road on how bad this can be, and I'm 51 years old, so I'm at a risk, and it's I don't know, it's just really hard to look at yourself and realize that, just look at your own mortality. I mean, we go about our day-to-day lives not even really thinking about, dying. It's not a real big heavy thought because we got so many different things on our minds and on our plates on a day-to-day basis that we really never think about it. But this virus here is something that makes you think about your own mortality, whether you're 70, 80, 40, 50, and it should be even if you're 20s or 30s. And it's just a hard thing to face. You look around and you see all the things that you want to do that you haven't done, and although you may have had plans to do them now, it's like, man, I can't even do these things because I'm stuck in the house, or I can't even plan these things because I'm stuck in the house. I wanted to go here, I wanted to do this, and it's like, now we're basically on shutdown, and you don't know if you're going to survive this pandemic. And that's a very hard thing to come in touch with as far as your own reality. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that way or feels that way. So I hate to sound repetitive. I hate to go over things over and over again, but please, please, please take this pandemic seriously and do whatever you can as an individual to make yourself safe and in turn make the next person safe. Because that's the only way that we're going to keep this thing from hitting the tens of millions of dead. All right. On to the next thing. In reference to this, this thing in reference to the checks. Excuse me. It's going to be kind of weird the way that they're going to distribute the checks. And I'll play a brief clip that a guy was saying who's going to get it. And basically, well, you know what? Just check it out.
On the individual side, the rebates are a little weirdly designed. First off, low-income individuals will get less than the middle class. If you didn't file an income tax in 2018, you don't get anything. If you had low income, you only get half of what people in the middle class get, which is kind of weird because a lot of the people who are the most affected have lower incomes. Yeah. There is the phase out at higher incomes. But the other thing that makes it a bit of a challenge is it's all based off your 2018 income. So if you had a child in 2019, you won't get credit for it. If your small business was doing well in 2018, but not now, yeah, tough luck for you.
So, basically, this thing that the government is supposed to give out as a stimulus is going to be based on income from 2 years ago, basically. Like you said, if you had a child in 2019, you're not going to get a check for that child, even though that child is still here in 2020 and it's part of your financial responsibilities, which is weird. But the biggest thing that, well, not the biggest thing, because a child, taking care of a child now that you had last year and not getting credit for it is a big thing. But the thing that struck me as weird is that the middle, well, it doesn't, that doesn't strike me as weird either, is that the middle class is going to get more than the lower class because, as we all know, they're trying to cut out the lower class altogether anyway, but I digress back to the whole thing. As he said, it's really weird on how they're looking at doing it. It's not a done deal yet. Maybe something can change, but I highly doubt it that it will change. So for those of you that really didn't work in 2018, you may be out of luck. For those of you that own your own business, as he said, if it was doing great in 2018 and not so good now, you're out of luck. It's just a weird way that they're trying to base this whole thing. I don't want to get too much into that because that's finances and that's just not my forte. But it's a hard time coming, people. It's a hard time coming, and I hope that those of you that are listening to this and that you share this, and for the people that it's been shared with, I hope that you're doing all you can to make sure that you're safe. For right now, that's about it for right now. If there's any kind of, I don't know what the heck just happened, but I'm going to end it here because I think I may be running out of space.